Hey, so in this video, I'm going to try to answer the question, is TikTok ruining music? Now, there's a lot of nuance to this question, and a lot of people have differing opinions. People might say it's only kind of ruining music. People might be saying it's making music better. I'm here to talk about my personal thoughts. So obviously, with TikTok, they will put songs over, and those songs will become popular through TikTok, and then they'll become popular songs on other platforms like Spotify. This is a cool thing in general because it leads to some more independent musicians having big songs, and they can get their music out there more efficiently. It's great for marketing in general. So in that sense, as an independent musician, that is a great thing for promotion. That leads to the question of, is it ruining the quality of music? That's interesting because a lot of songs that are popular on TikTok, they don't necessarily have a specific tone, really. Often they'll be sped up and, you know, they kind of can make a similar vibe based on being sped up, but a whole lot of different genres, a whole lot of different time periods, like some music that was popular like 30 or 40 years ago is becoming popular on TikTok. Here are some examples. And also, it's a lot of indie pop, but there's also a lot of hip hop and a lot of classic rock and a lot of jazz, a lot of K-pop. Any genre you can really think of, it will be covered in TikTok. Then that leads to the argument that TikTok actually helps because it diversifies the pop charts. It makes it not so much just pop. There are other alternative genres that are kind of mixing things up so that it's not all one note. And to that, I'd say I kind of agree, but only to the extent that it does diversify the charts, but it also kind of trivializes the whole point of popular music because it can be anything now. So there isn't really a point in looking into the charts and seeing what's charting because it can really be any song. It can be a song from, again, 30 years ago that is the top song. And back in the day, it used to be a much more important thing to get your song to #1, but at this point, anything could really happen. If your song isn't big on TikTok, chances are it's not going to go to #1 unless you already have a massive following, say Taylor Swift. And even Taylor Swift, Cruel Summer, that blew up on TikTok, made her song really big. So another argument is that it's making music too short because they're kind of resorting to having quick little segmented songs that can become popular on TikTok because people are trying to make TikTok songs now, it isn't just happening. And I kind of agree with that because often songs I see that are trying to get big on TikTok, they'll have a catchy hook and there isn't really much else to the song if you actually listen to it fully. It'll often be one-dimensional. Here's a great example I'm gonna show. Yeah, just a terribly one note and not very fun or enjoyable after 10 seconds. And also, you rarely see bridges in these songs, you rarely see interesting verses because they take so much time to just focus on the hook. That's the case for all pop music, right? But I feel like it's especially the case for TikTok music because there really has to be something that grabs people's attention because, it'll be gone in a second. Okay, now there's the argument of whether or not any of the music is actually good. Other than the classic songs, some of them can just be bad, and it's making popular music not diversified in a good way, but full of a lot more crap. And to that, I can't say I disagree because there is a lot of crappy music that I've heard come from TikTok. A lot of artists that really shouldn't be as big as they are. For example, Gale, that ABCDEFU, that song, I have no clue why that became popular. if you look at the music that she's made in like later, it goes to show that she really shouldn't be as popular as she is. That song just kind of blew up, and that's kind of the only thing going for her in her career. I don't mean to be mean, but that's just true. And that's definitely the case for other artists, like that stupid song, like, how's it go? Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I act like a bug and like, that is one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. It almost made me want to not watch any Reels or TikToks or anything, but I'm still addicted to it, even though I kind of hate them, which is kind of weird. Like, it just reels you in, pun not intended. I'm going on a tangent here. What is the whole point of this video? The whole point of this video is to show that it's not a simple yes or no question whether or not TikTok is ruining music, because honestly, music is so subjective that literally anyone's opinion is mostly valid unless it's genuinely a terrible opinion. Yeah, like, I wish there was a clear answer. Me personally, what do I personally think? I think TikTok is definitely making music a little more shallow in terms of songwriting, but also a little more interesting in terms of sound. That's the main thing I'll give to TikTok. It's got some interesting sounds that it's bringing to the table, but it's also kind of making popular music kind of pointless because it's all just TikTok sounds, essentially. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. And hey, I'm just here to tell you that I have a new single coming out. It's called Artificial Happiness. It is coming out February 7th, so be sure to look forward to that. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, and it's going to be part of my new upcoming album that will be coming at some point. So I hope you enjoy. Bye.